Okay. You said you're not looking for a certain amount, but if you were looking for a certain number, just so we're on the same page, what would be that monthly number of agents?
I mean, ideally, and again, this has to do with, what we can handle, and I'm not even sure, depending on the training aspect of it. With that being said, I mean, gosh, if we could, if we could get to like maybe 5 to 10 a month, I mean, that would be explosive growth for us, right? I see a suggestion about adding music where it just kind of does that for you.
Oh yeah. There are a couple of things that Facebook will always suggest. One thing would be to adding more budget for the things which it believes that are performing good or can perform better. So it's always going to tell you to add more budget. Another thing that Facebook is always going to suggest you to do would be testing the new things that they're currently working on, because in that way you will provide more data for them.
Okay.
So that would be music, that would be text overlays, that would be editing your pictures themselves, so they can test a lot of things for themselves. But you certainly don't want to do that, because sometimes it can be frustrating for you. They might put things which you would consider inappropriate, basically. That's why I wouldn't suggest you follow those instructions that they're sometimes they can give you instructions, but most of the time they're just data farming for the things that they're experimenting with.
Gotcha. And this advantage campaign budget is if you have multiple ads up at once? Or
right now, it doesn't matter if we have advantage campaign budget or not. So advantage campaign budget works in the following way. You have like five ad sets. Right now you have just one. The ad set is the thing in the middle on the left. If you hover over this grid, like it's 4 squares, that's the ad set.
Okay.
If you have like 4 ad sets,
the
advantage campaign budget would allocate most of the budget to the best performing ad sets. But right now you have just one, so it doesn't matter if we have the toggle on or off.
Okay. And have been converted to agents. So far, I believe we have 6 out of the ones that we've done so far. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we have 6 completed contracts. And if you remember in the beginning, when we kind of introduced ourselves, my goal was, to get 3 contracts a month, essentially. And we're already there, based on these numbers. But, as the months start to roll on, I expect those results to be even higher, because again, out of these particular leads, we will get more contracts, if that makes sense. So I think that, maybe getting an average of 1 a week or 1 conversion a week is a really good result based on, what my goals were in the beginning. And, we're definitely on pace for that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your communication with us? The communication we've been giving you.
It's hard to get a 10 in anything in life. So I would definitely give you a 9.
Okay. Katie?
I'd say on my end, 10. Anytime I've needed something, I've gotten help. So
awesome. And then the second question is, how would you rate your overall experience from 1 to 10?
I would say 10.
I would agree with that too. Anything we had a hiccup, there was always a way to find our way to hiccup.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are really motivated to make us successful. You know what I mean? And I think that's the most important thing for me.
Thank you, David.
So I've had an ads coach before, but I was on this like just steep learning curve of understanding how ads work and just all the stuff. And so we've also used a couple agencies before, and I've learned a lot since getting away from the agencies of like daily tracking, what metrics to look at. And so we're doing a lot of that. What I'm struggling with now is some of the technical setup of like getting our like pixel is pretty confusing for me. And then some of the conversion tracking is like specifically my problem that I'm trying to figure out. Our ads were doing exceptionally well for like 3.5 months. We were generating like 16 to 18 new leads, and like pretty good ones a day. And they just like stopped. So that's what we're trying to figure out now is we think it has something to do with the like Advantage Plus stuff. And so that's what we're working on. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm thinking with you is the conversion tracking. I think we could probably knock out a lot today, you and I, because I know that's important, and you want to like the sooner we solve that, the better for you. So cool. We can look into it together now, and then fill buckets as we go. But regardless, I'll book you for an onboarding after this call.
So we've got 2 people that booked in with us since we made changes yesterday, which is awesome. And then we're starting to get more inquiries coming in. So
Camila, good to see you as well. So why don't you open up your Go High Level, and we will set up a little automation. So go to automations, we will create something that will send the data from Go High Level directly to Facebook, which will be awesome. for us to track data. Let me give you a little bit of explanation. So this is like very, very, very good for
Can I record
tracking long term. This is very good for short term because of the reporting for you, because you can go to ad account and open up and see like which particular ad or ad set or campaign brought the most amount of schedule. And also this is very good for long term because you're feeding in data to Facebook. So the platform can actually understand what kind of people you're looking for, what kind of people are booking calls with you, and can supply more of you. We were taking a look at an ad account like recently, like I think later last week, and we had conversion API implemented for this lady for I think a year ago, and it's killing it with very good cost per booked call, like, and it was amazing. Like she got 8 leads during the last 2 weeks, and 6 of those were book calls, which
Oh, wow.
would have been impossible without this data, I assume. At least it's my educated assumption there. So yeah, this is like why we would need this. You can create a new workflow, and then you can get going. We'll grab something from that in a second.
Okay.
So we booked 7 blueprint calls in 24 hours after joining Media. I'm Cole Klein. I run a virtual assistant agency that places trained virtual assistants into roofing companies. My biggest constraint kept bouncing between leads and sales, and then our Facebook ads just died. I was hunting for an ads coach when I found Arev Media's school community, and within 2 days, I'm one of their raving fans. They gave me the exact solutions to fix my Facebook ads within the first 24 hours. I implemented immediately with one of their one-on-one calls. And since yesterday, we've booked 7 blueprint calls. It's more than we ever have in a single day. It was simple, clear, and it just works. These guys are amazing and super cost effective compared to the agency that we were using prior. They just got incredible skill set. I'd absolutely recommend Arev Media to anyone whose ads are stalled or they just need help and are trying to learn this core skill rather than pay an agency to half produce.